questions in one. Oh man, it's obviously a great honor. Second year guy, but to have the guys look at me as a captain is a huge deal to me. Thankful for the opportunity to lead these guys every day. I just try to come in each day, do my job, work hard, show the guys that they care or I care. And like I said, every time I touch the field, I go hard, and I just want to win. So that's the biggest deal to me is winning. And I think what we got going this year with the group of guys that we got, coaching staff, support cast, everybody's done a great job so far. I feel real confident, real good about this season and what we got going in this locker room. So hopefully, we can keep this going. We had a great camp. So on the obviously, DeAndre's contract. Great that he deserves everything he's gotten to get paid. He's like I said, I've said it many times. He's one of the best to ever do it. So a guy like that, you gotta he's earned it, and everybody. I hope everybody strives to be where he's at someday.
Hey, Kyler, how do you cut down on sacks from last year? You had almost 50 last year. And then if you do cut down on those, what does that do for the offense?
I think just being smarter with the ball. Obviously, understanding what the defense is doing helps tremendously. Understanding what the offensive line is doing now helps tremendously. And just seeing the defense for a whole, having that, maturity and growing in the offseason, watching film and stuff like that has helped me tremendously as well. So I think we can cut those, that number down in half. That's definitely the goal. Obviously, is to limit the sacks and move around when I have to.
Hey, Kyler, this is kind of a 2-for-1 here. Just tell us about the opportunity of getting another crack at the 49ers, a team that you guys had them both times last year, and just the opportunity of getting a win on the road, a division win in the first week of the season.
For me, each game is huge. I know this one is a divisional game, but it's the first game. And for me, honestly, my mindset's always been go 1-0 each week. I've never, enjoyed losing, so I don't really, that's not what I look forward to. I look at every game. I feel like, we put our best foot forward, go out there, play our game, that we have a chance of winning the game. I think that, like I said, this year, with the guys we got in the locker room, I feel pretty confident in us. Last year. Yeah, we played them good twice or whatever, but we still lost twice. So that's a fail on our part. So this year, obviously, first game of the season, no matter the opponent, we got to go out and execute. And if we do that, I feel like we put ourselves in a good chance to win the game.
Next up, Kyle Odegaard, Catherine Fitzgerald, Kent Summers.
Hey, Kyler, what do you think about your name already coming up in MVP talk heading into your second season?
I don't really pay any mind to it. They gotta put somebody in the talk. I gotta go out and play well, and if I play well, I can put myself in that conversation. But as far as like people talking and stuff like that, I don't really pay attention to it.
Hey, Kyler, what stands out to you the most about this 49ers defense?
I mean, obviously, they just went to the Super Bowl, returned a lot of those guys. So, I mean, they're not, not lacking anything as far as, they've all played together, and they all know each other. So, they'll still be good, and I expect them to be good. This is it's the NFL. It's the best of the best. So, like I said, we're gonna have to go out and execute if we want to put ourselves in a good position to win the game. They got a great team over there, great players. So. You really can't ask for much more other than a opener with someone that's been in the Super Bowl last year. So,
Kyler, Cliff showed some flexibility last year after that first month of the season. Using less 10 personnel, going to more tight ends. What do you think that says about him as a head coach? Because we've all been around coaches who are less flexible than that tend to want to stick with the system no matter what.
I think he was adapting just like I was adapting, just like everybody else was adapting. First year head coach, first year in the NFL. Whole new staff. Hashes are different on the football field. A lot of new players that he had to get used to. He's just adapting to the game, and I think any good coach would do that. I feel like in order to win, figure out what works and go with that.
Next up, Mark McClune, Omar Ruiz, Josh Weinfuss.
Hey, Kyler. Thanks for the time today. Hey, going back to the spring when there was some uncertainty if we would even have a football season, how much is that in your mind as you approach getting ready for week one?
Not at all. I think initially, we trying to figure out if we were even going to have a fall camp, stuff like that. I think everybody was, on the edge. Didn't have a clue what we were going to do. But now that we had a whole camp approaching week one, I think everybody's just trying to, hone in on the game plan and get ready for Sunday.
Hey, Kyler. I've heard Cliff say that, maybe last preseason or so would have been worried about being too vanilla or, worried about what they were going to show, opposing defenses out there. Without having that concern this year and more practice time, obviously, because there were no games, how much further ahead in the offense, not only that it's year two, but because of those factors here in the preseason heading into the year?
What was your question?
How much more comfortable do you feel at this point, heading into week one, given that you had more practice time this year, you didn't have to worry about being vanilla in preseason games. You can just kind of go full bore.
Yeah.
In addition to the fact that it's year two in the offense.
A lot more comfortable. Have repped these plays. I don't know how many times. All last year. Gone over it a million times over Zoom in the off season, and then now having the camp we had, and then just repping the plays over and over again, getting to look at it over and over again, watching film over and over again. I feel like I said, it's the natural, the maturation of just playing the game and growing at this position. I feel way more comfortable than I ever could, going into last season, which was, we had a little rough start, but I feel a lot better.
Hey, Kyler, now that we are in week one and a few days away from the season opener, how do you guys plan on protesting?
Yeah, honestly, that's something we got to get together and talk about. I don't really have an answer for you right now, but I'm sure we will definitely come up with something.
All right, we'll wrap it up with the last three. Bob McManaman, Kyle Odegaard, Catherine Fitzgerald.
Hey, man, you were talking about visualization with us last week, I think, and I'm curious when you look at the weapons you have on offense and how nobody can guard everybody. Somebody's going to be open somehow if you go 4 or 5 receivers and plus you and Drake. Can you visualize what that's going to be like on a weekly basis?
Yeah, I feel like you said, we got a lot of weapons. So honestly, I feel like it's on me to make the right decision with the ball, and if I do that, then we should be fine.
Kyler, you've been a decorated player for so long. Do you think it was your dad that helped instill in you not to really buy into hype or things people are saying? How did you handle it early on when you got a lot of praise?
I guess, yeah. I think it's just the way I was raised. The morals and values were instilled in me. Never too high, never too low. Always just, be yourself, play your game, and do what you do. That was really, and win. Yeah, those were kind of the things that I was always told, is win.
Kyler, when you are playing Madden, how often do you play against the team that you're going to face that coming weekend? And if you've played Cardinals 49ers recently, how did that go for you?
I haven't played Madden in a while, but no, I usually win. So whoever we play, I don't go home and simulate the game. No, We'll do that.
Thanks a lot, Kyler. We appreciate it. Dennis Gardick is up next.
Thanks, Kyler.
Appreciate y'all.
Thanks, Kyler.